which of course enforces indecency and obscenity law. And I'm current president of Morality in Media, which filed a brief in this case. And I want to say that the principle here revolves around the federal statute, Title 18 U.S. Code 1464, which says that the network televisions cannot broadcast indecency and vulgarity into homes. And they can do that on cable because that statute does not apply. The individual homeowner has a right to be free from unwanted speech in their own home. And in this case, that unwanted speech is the nudity of NYPD Blue. It's the F word and S word said on television. And it seems to me the networks arguing today are saying that they should control what goes into our homes, and that the federal statute, as well as the one case that interpreted that statute, no longer applies. I don't think the American public wants that kind of intrusiveness in their homes from the network televisions, and people make decisions on what to watch based on content. Many families don't have cable because they want to keep indecency and vulgarity out of their homes. That's their right. And that's a greater right than the networks have. Many people who have cable television restrict their children to certain channels, and that's their right. Thank you very much.
What do you do about the fact that for example, the F word is used repeatedly to Saving Private Ryan, and the Commission didn't cite the networks for that, but it does for a fleeting reference in a live broadcast?
Well, there's two things. I was very critical at the time that the FCC didn't bring an enforcement action against Saving Private Ryan, simply because you would end up with this inconsistency that would be one day argued before the court as it was today. But I would say that the argument that the FCC had is at least a legitimate argument, and that is the context for NYPD Blue is, as Justice Scalia pointed out, completely different than the context of Nicole Richie and the other woman, Paris Hilton, just using in fleeting way the F word on television.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Give me your name one more time, sir.
Patrick Trueman, President of Morality in Media.
Let's go.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. I'm Strand from Baptist Press. If I can just follow up. What was your sense when the justices seem to be questioning us?
Yes, I'm very hopeful. Fortunately, Justice Sotomayor did not participate. She recused herself from this. So we have 8 justices, and I think the way it looked today, it sure seemed like we would have to say that the court is not willing to overturn the Pacifica case, which earlier upheld the statute on indecency. And I think that the arguments of the networks were weak, and that was pointed out so by even Justice Breyer and certainly by Justice Scalia and Alito. I don't think they're going to win before the court today. Thanks,
Pat. Appreciate it.